As we were looking at places to go, we wanted to go to a place where nobody else was working. We wanted to go to where there was lostness. We came in 2004. This stretch of coastline along the northern Mozambican coast that's just unreached. Nobody was really focusing on it. Nobody was doing any church planting that was going along there. Some parts of it are unreached because they're very difficult to get to. The roads to get into them are quite bad. The people are very isolated. That's one of the reasons why we use a boat to get up to these places. That's the best way to get into some of these villages. Historically, they were converted over 1,000 years ago by Muslims that sailed all the way south, trading in gold and slaves and ivory. So this stretch of coastal land is what we became interested in, just because we saw this lostness. If I could ask you to pray for our work, I would ask that you pray for Lostness. We have over 100 villages up and down our section of coastline where there's absolutely no witness whatsoever today. And so I would ask you to pray that the gospel would just spread into these places where it's very lost.
Personal prayer requests would be just for our family. I mean, when we go and do our children's ministry, I love to have my children with me. This is something we do as a family. We're in this together.
I would ask you to pray that we would have wisdom, knowing who to spend our time with, and that we would walk in tune with the Holy Spirit in our lives. Pray for our national partners with whom we work, that they would be good disciplers.
People like Adelina, and there's so many others, just for them to continue as bold witnesses, to stand up under persecution. The spiritual warfare is very real here. For them to reach out to their family and their friends and their neighbors around them. We've made a lot of conscious efforts to be more deliberate in our prayers for our people group, encouraging churches back home to be praying. With more focused emphasis on prayer, we've seen quite a bit more fruit.
We're starting to see people sharing their faith. We're starting to see new works planted. We're starting to see national believers go out as missionaries. All these things that we had talked about over a decade ago, we are starting to see the beginning part of that in our ministry right now.
We know without the work of the Holy Spirit, when we sow the seed of the gospel, it's not going to produce fruit. We just need prayer for the Holy Spirit to prepare the hearts, prepare the soil for the gospel.